Just as a storm throws down a weak tree, so does Mara overpass the man who lives for the pursuit of pleasures, who is uncontrolled in his senses, immoderate in eating, indolent and dissipated. Those who mistake the unessential to be essential and the essential to be unessential, dwelling in wrong thoughts, never arrive at the essential. Just as rain breaks through an ill-thatched house, so passion penetrates an undeveloped mind. Buddha is talking about the main impediment, the obstacle blocking one's pure perception of life. He's talking about the brick wall of senses. He's talking about unawareness of what is influencing you, what is pushing you away from yourself. Sense control is one of the primary limbs of yoga. It is an essential step on the journey towards self-realization. It is the first step because that is where you are. You are nothing but a bundle of sensations. What you're trying to experience is a moment of no sensation. Awakening is that simple. It isn't easy, but it's that simple. Conceptually, there isn't much to understand. Imagine you are a pure being, a formless aliveness. There is no trouble in imagining. You are conscious. You know that you are. That's it. That is your original state. There's nothing above and beyond that. Everything else you experience is a sensation. You might categorize it as my mind, my body, my senses, my actions, people, world. These are all names. These are all arbitrary separations as far as the one who is detached from all this, the pure you, is concerned. These are just names. You are at the center, a pure being. The only quality you possess is consciousness. Now, consciousness isn't hard to understand. Whatever you throw in front of it, it reflects. That is consciousness. It doesn't care. If there's light, it reflects it. If there's darkness, it reflects it. If there is pain, it reflects it. If there is pleasure, it reflects it. It does not choose. That is what consciousness is. Its job is just to be like a mirror. Whatever comes in front of it, it shows it exactly like how it is. It does not manipulate it. It does not change it. It does not take sides. It does not try to reduce your pain. It does not try to increase your happiness. That is why it is pure. It has no mind of its own. It has no desires of its own. Just pure mirror. Now, when you close your eyes and watch, it doesn't matter what you're watching. Anything and everything you watch belongs to the world of sensations. You can pretty much categorize all your experiences, bundle them together, and give it one name: sensation. Because for a pure being, the only other experience that is possible is a sensation. Because it is a happening, it is not a doing. The moment you bring in ideas of doing, then you are adding something more to that consciousness already. You're making it into an entity. You're making it into something fixed and individual. And that is when you start talking about, I am sitting in meditation. I am trying to focus on my breath. I am watching my thoughts. I hate meditation. Whatever it might be. All that belongs to the world of sensation. I mean, why am I torturing myself? Why can't I just go and watch football? Why me? Why am I going through this process? There are billions of people out there. They're not sitting and meditating. But what are all these things put together? A bundle of sensations. The moment you categorize everything you're observing in totality as a sensation, now meditation becomes very simple. There are moments when you are, there are moments when you are experiencing the sensation. So your journey is from sensation to silence. Your journey is from disturbance to stillness, from chaos to clarity. So it does not matter what kind of disturbance you're experiencing. It does not matter what you're telling yourself. It all belongs to the world of sensations. If your mind tells you your meditation is fantastic, you're progressing, that is as good as saying meditation is not working. As far as that pure being is concerned, that compliment is not a compliment, it's just noise. A sensation is a disturbance that covers up your true nature. You don't have to complicate this understanding. Just because I am attached to certain sensations, just because I enjoy doing certain things, that doesn't mean that it is not covering up my true nature. That doesn't mean that it is helping me. In fact, most of your sensations are entertained because you are deriving some pleasure out of it. It is that pleasure deriving mechanism that is keeping all these sensations alive. Even the painful sensations, even the disturbing sensations, somewhere deep down, they are providing you enough entertainment for you to be engaged with them. Once you categorize all your experiences as sensations, now It is all about understanding these sensations and going beyond them. And meditation is that process through which you understand your senses. Now, how does it work? Meditation works just like fasting. Fasting for your body and fasting for your mind. If you are obese, if you are overweight, the only thing you can do, the best thing you can do to reduce your weight is to fast. How long you fast, what kind of fasting is immaterial. But of course, you will not fast permanently, then you will die. You know how much to fast. Now, what is fasting for the body? You're not trying to kill the body. You are telling the body that you have accumulated more than necessary. You have enjoyed eating so much that you did not pay attention to how eating is covering up your own body. The more you eat, the more you're adding to that one image that you have, that is your body. Whatever ideal image you have. Excessive indulgence in eating covers up the original body, and now you're fat. It's the same with the mind. The original you is still there. The perfect self-image is there. The perfect aliveness is there. The perfect consciousness is there. It is not lost. But you've added so much to it that you have become fat in your mind. As far as your mind is concerned, you are extremely obese. At least for the body, someone else can look at you and say, you're putting on too much weight, reduce it. So you can make a conscious decision to get back to shape. But with your mind, it's a totally different matter. Nobody can see your mind. Once in a while they see. Like for example, you are worried about something. And worry is something excess added to your mind. And they can see that your head is drooping. Literally, what is worry? Worry is excess blubber hanging out of your ear that is growing from your mind. That is what worry is. It's extra mental growth. Of course, because it's mental, you cannot recognize it physically, but it weighs your body down. Look at someone who's walking in worry. Their head is drooping, their shoulders are drooping. Literally, you can actually feel the weight of the mind on their body. It is not just coincidental or fashionable for the body to assume a certain posture when it is worrying or stressful. Because there is a physical reaction that's happening. The mind is exerting its influence on the body physically. So you feel the weight. What has happened is you have added things to your mind without a care in the world. Without ever worrying about what it is doing to that pure being. To put it in perspective, if your original nature is the size of, let's say, a green pea, it has blown itself up to the size of the earth. Everything except that green pea is unwanted. It's just pure noise, pure chaos, pure disturbance. That is what is occupying your senses. That is what is blocking your true nature. You might think this is an exaggeration. How can I add so much? Well, how long have you lived? You've added things without ever removing them because you were never introduced to the process of removing things. It's like eating without excreting. Imagine if you were eating continuously for 20, 30, 40 years without excreting. Don't imagine it. You cannot imagine it. Because most of what is unwanted you're throwing out, you're able to eat more. And despite of that, you can gain additional weight. Despite of a natural mechanism of the body to throw out what is needed. Your body doesn't like accumulating things, but it's inevitable that when there is excess, it cannot throw out, it starts accumulating. But look at the mind. It has no outlet. The only outlet for the mind is consciousness. The only way to remove an unwanted thought, to remove a sensation, to unburden yourself, to lessen the weight is to sit and watch your mind consciously. And you've never done it. You've never meditated. You've never been mindful. You can safely assume in the mental realm you are extremely obese. If Buddha weighs 150 pounds, you weigh 1,000 pounds in the mental realm. That is why a Buddha can walk, he can run, he can sit, he can sleep, he can do whatever he wants without a worry, without a care. And for you, everything is a burden. Every step is a burden. This is not an exaggeration. This is a reality. The day you start watching your thoughts, the day you start observing your senses and start going deeper, that is when you will realize how much you have accumulated that you don't need. And you can see this in your own daily life. You don't move lightly. You're always moving as if you're carrying a load. You just have to watch people. You will never see a person just walking. You will only see people pulling heavy cartloads of weight. All of them. It's the mental weight that people are carrying. And for some people, it just becomes too much. It breaks their back. They give up. Some hold on to it, struggle with it, and they keep on trying to deal with it. They call it stress, they call it anxiety, they call it depression. But literally what they're saying is, my mind is too heavy. The only prescription that can be given that works is fasting. Instead of that, wherever you go, people add more things to that. You go to a psychologist, he adds more to it. He in fact says, go deep, dig that forgotten fact that is somewhere hidden deep in your mind and bring it out and put it on the surface. Because he knows no method, his methods are not designed to throw things out. At the most, you can shuffle things around. That is why there are no ready solutions in the world for mental problems. as much as we have advanced in understanding the human body, how to keep it fit, how to take care of, let's say, a disease, how to heal, how to nurture the body, as much as we have progressed in the dimension of the body, we have actually digressed in the dimension of the mind. There has not been a single institution, new institution, that has been created or invented to help with the problems of the mind. Just think about this. Why not? Why haven't we created systems and processes, new advanced ways of dealing with the mind? It's because the process that is necessary is going back. It is returning to a simpler way of life, returning to the roots of the being. Sophistication is always an addition. You cannot solve a problem that needs to be simplified by complicating it. That is why we have not made any progress in the realm of the mind. We've been talking about mental issues for a very long time. Only those issues that are physically connected, yes, we have progressed tremendously. A sick mind, a mind that is damaged, anything related to the brain, anything related to the nervous system, those things, yes, we have an understanding and we are continue to understand. So basically, we have solutions for the sick in the body. But what about the one who's healthy in the body but sick in the mind? We don't have any solution. The solution goes back in time. The solution is the oldest solution. Meditation.